What's happening, YouTube? Knife Factor at it again, and let's get into some knife reviewing today. Today, we are gonna go over the GiantMouse Nazca, and I'm gonna tell you all about how I feel about it and what I think about it as we go. I carried it and, off and on, here and there, and then I carried it today kind of when I know I'm going to be breaking down some boxes at work, which I do once in a while. I try to bring a knife I want to do a review on because I know that can be a little bit hard on a knife. So with all that said, let's get into the Nazca. We're going to start off. Let me get this out of the way. I got to get a new one anyways. That's too reflective. We'll start out with some measurements. We have a total length of 7.5 inches long, with a blade length right about 3 1/4 and a cutting edge. Oh, what is that? Just maybe an 1/8 over, so 3 1/8, and a handle length of 4 1/4, maybe a skosh over that. So there you got some measurements, and then we're going to get into some other measurements. We'll do handle thickness. I'll make sure that's zeroed out. All right, we got handle thickness. I go right about in the palm area right there. You got 0.5675 inches. Blade stock, spine, whatever you want to call it. We got 0.1355. And then behind the edge, get real close there, 0.0260. And last but definitely not least, let's get this dirty old scale out here and see what it weighs. So 4.1 ounces. With all that being said, I'm going to tell you what I think about this knife. This is definitely, how do I say it? This thing's a cutter. It cuts, and you have a fine tip for fine work. I was making some stickers today with it, and instead of getting the razor blade out, since I like to use my knife, I was using the tip for cutting around the decals I was making, like this decal. I don't make decals for, it's just something I do at my job once in a while. So I don't make them as a profession, but I am getting some decals nevertheless that I'm having made, so I can give some away here to you guys. I thought that would be pretty cool. So there's that announcement. But sorry about that. Let's get back into this knife. This is a potato cutting, onion slicing machine. Very comfortable in hand. That, I know these aren't the best looking, these wire clips, pocket clips, but I can't even feel that thing. And I did some of that cardboard cutting. It didn't get through the, because I was cutting really thick cardboard, but through that thick stuff, it was if I didn't cut right down the line, it struggled a little bit. It wanted to hang up, and maybe if I refined that edge a little bit, that would help push through a little faster and smoother. But this is the stock, and after all that, we're almost shaving sharp. Yeah, we got a little Sasquatch hair on there, but what you might know, not know, I don't know, is, like I said, very comfortable in hand. Just for a larger hand, it's all in there. Just on the handle, you can get your whole hand and take up pretty much the whole handle. A little bit left. You got some good jimping right here. I don't want to say it's aggressive because it's not rough on the hand, but it's real grabby. It does a good job. And the nice thing is the fact that it's up here. Love it. You got your thumb stud, your crossbar lock action on it. Superb. There's that. And for you guys critiquing my reverse flicks, spidey flicks, whatever you want to call them, I figured out what I was doing thanks to one of you said something, and I never thought about it. But when I learned to do a reverse flick, I learned on a thumb stud, not even on a Spyderco, which you think Spydercos don't like me. See that? But this isn't the best example of one, but there's the Spyderco. Anyways, and I always tried to do it the same way, but I learned with most of your, where you have a hole there, not necessarily the Spyderco, because the Spyderco is different than a lot of the way the other knives do it. I hold it like this with a thumb stud, and then maybe like this knife. Well, one of you that told me something about it, you said kind of parallel. I'm finding that if I hold it like this and leave that finger out, it flicks open real easy. Anyways, I'm sorry, getting off track there. This is running on bearings. This is running your M390 steel. No hollow grind, flat. You got your swedge there. Comes down to a fine tip, so you get fine tip. Really good cutting up food for your food prep stuff. Good cut and rope, all that stuff. Though it was just those long cuts I saw. I did notice it struggle a little bit. It did, like another knife I said, it does do the job, but it doesn't do it perfect. But great work knife. You know, I go through cut and detail stuff sometimes. I'll be cutting carpet or something. Sometimes I'll break the knife out and test that. And this one, I did cut carpet with it a long time ago, not today. So that's the factory edge still, and it's got a little life left on it. It'll take care of business if it has to. But I believe I said it's running on bearings. You know, you got your brass back spacer here, your crossbar, thumb studs, wire clip, bearings, like I said, for 3 or 4 times, and stainless steel liners, which you can see they are milled out for weight. You can see that in there, I think. Centering. Overall, great knife. I love it. It's a good work knife, a good utility blade, and it does some of the finer stuff without being, don't get me wrong, it does have that fine tip, but I don't know. There's some Spydercos, the tips are even finer. You can look at that detent right there. It's strong. That crossbar locks in, no play, even after use, and no adjusting. So, my thoughts, great knife. If you're thinking about getting this one, I would definitely get it. I am going to leave the link down below to their site, because I did get it directly from them, I believe. So let's do some comparisons before we end this fine video. There's your Sharp by Design Apex. And so I just kind of get whatever I have around at the time. There's your Demco 80 20.5. Pretty similar in size. You get more handle. More handle on this, more blade on this. Put those aside. Let's see what else. We'll do the Para 3 and the PM2. Similar, very similar to the Para 3, but you get that extra swept. It's not that much of a belly per se, but it does sweep up more and gives you a little more of a tip. And in the pocket, it carries great. Kind of give you a look at the spine thickness. Looks pretty close. But there's your comparisons. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody's had a great day, had a great weekend. I am filming and posting the same day, so happy Monday, everybody. And go follow me on Instagram, knife_factor, and please comment, like, subscribe here, and have a great night. Thank you.